Hello everybody, Astocky here, and it always rains just when I'm about to start an episode, doesn't it? Okay, so what I'm going to do this episode is I am going to get everything ready for the start of my... Hang on. It turns out that there has been an update, and you know what? Updates are frustrating, because they always mess things around. So, XP bar always visible, yes. Numeric, yes. Now let's move these things. So yes, we have this issue where things keep constantly updating on me, and it leaves me feeling rather pained. It's quite annoying and quite frustrating that it keeps doing it. But it is what it is. But yeah, I do like it when things update, because clearly it means we're getting the latest bug fixes, and it's one of the good things about these packs. You know, they're always kind of kept up to date. It's a little frustrating just the frequency with which it happens, and this one has a bunch of updates. That means just kind of weird things have happened. But yeah, like I said, this episode I want to get things ready. I was looking at Project Red to see if they could make backpacks, and you can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a Project Red backpack. For that I'm going to need string. I'm going to need lots of string. I think that's actually going to be enough. And sticks. Because the way this works, unless things have been changed, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we put them like thus. Okay, it might have changed a little bit. Maybe we need to tell it that we want it to be just a white bag. I guess we did. Okay, so now this gives me a backpack. And so into my backpack I'm going to place all the things that I'm going to take with me. And basically these are the things that could be spared to start up the new village, basically. So did I have a wooden bucket? Sure, I had a wooden bucket somewhere. Wooden bucket, excellent. So the other stuff that I'm going to keep my spellbook. Obviously I'm going to keep all of my tools, but I'm going to put them all in the backpack. And I thought I had way more than 2 of those. Huh. I'm sure I had way more than 2. What are you? Oh wow. They've changed the look of the rods in Dartcraft. Have anything else changed? No, everything else looks kind of the same. So yeah, just trying to work out what else I may or may not need. I think I'm pretty good the way that is, although being the almighty, all-powerful wizard I am, I might keep some of my wizard type books and tools and stuff. So put that away in there. Just trying to think of what sort of advanced, in quotation marks, tools I can take with me that you guys are going to think are good. Somewhere there was something with a chicken in it. Oh, whatever. I'm going to make a bunch more glass, so we want 9 of those, and fine, we'll have to make an ingot into some nuggets, because I want some force bottles. I'm going to use those to help me take some things with me. Food. Clearly it's going to be important to take some food, so I'm going to take a 12 pack of carrots, couple of bundles of wheat. Why are there no potatoes? Did I plant all of my potatoes? Guess I must have planted all my potatoes. 1 pumpkin, 1 melon. What do we got here? Tomato, sweet corn, strawberry, raspberry, grape, cucumber, blueberry, blackberry. Already got a bunch of wheat. I think that's pretty much everything that I'm going to need. Oh, barley. Yes, definitely going to need some barley. I think I've done pretty well there in terms of taking the stuff that I'm going to need. So we'll throw all of those in. I do need potatoes though, so I realise it's raining, but I will have to brave the rain to get some potatoes. Poison potatoes, hey? Clearly don't want poison potatoes. Then I have basically one more thing that I'm going to have to do. So, I'm going to just get the last... Actually, before I get the last thing ready, I want to go for a tool station, I think it's called. At mod.tink. This baby, a tool forge. So 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of iron, 3 seared bricks, and a tool station. Oh, just got 3 seared bricks left. That is perfect. What did I say? I need 4 blocks of iron. Oop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oopsie days. Then we need that tool station to go in the center, which is a crafting table and a blank pattern. Wood. 6 wood. I think this is how you make a pattern, isn't it? I can't believe how long it's been since I made one. Yeah, that's good. So we got that and that. Tool station. Choop. Now we have a tool forge. So I'm going to go down and I'll make my first set of wooden tools that I'm going to be using, and I will unpause the video once that's done. So see you guys soon. Okay guys, well I'm back, and I have replaced my tool station with a tool forge, and I have made up all the parts that I'm going to need for what I want. So I've made up a broadhead axe pattern, a large plate pattern, a tough binding pattern, and a tough rod pattern, and then made a wooden pickaxe head, wooden shovel, wooden sword, wooden guard, binding, etc, etc, etc. So now I can now make myself a special wooden axe. Phase 1. No, we're going to call this axe wood. Beautiful. So now we're going to make ourselves a shovel, and we're going to call it shovel wood. Now we're going to make a pick, and we're going to call it, that's better, pick wood. And then we're going to make a sword, and we're going to call it, can you guess? Killer. Bet you didn't guess that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the cobblestone in there because I don't need it. Also going to throw the paper guards because I accidentally made 7 paper guards. Throw the tool station in there. Going to keep on me. Gonna keep on me 12 sticks, 12 planks, plus everything that's up in here. I am going to keep that sword, because I believe that sword will be a useful thing to keep, and I'm going to take the tool station with me. That way, when I go to make different things, it will be useful to be able to have and to be able to repair things. So like I said, I'm taking a lot of seeds and that kind of stuff, so I'm going to get things ready. The only tool I'm not taking that's a tinker's tool is a hoe. I'll just make a new hoe once I get there. And clearly need a crafting table. Don't want to mess that up. Can take some carrots, some wheat, and just some regular seeds, because I want to breed up my last couple of animals, and then after I've bred them, I want to bottle and take some with me. So we'll and then. No, you go there, and then you go there. So now we will take you, and take you. And from this point forward, no, bad chicken. From this point forward, I really wish the rain would stop. I can just tell that's going to happen again, so let's move that up to there. Come on. That was not part of the plan. So now we need one of you and one of you. Then we have 2 cows, 2 chickens, 2 sheep, and breed you, and breed you, and breed you, and you. And why not breed another cow? And then we'll come over this way, and we have some piggies, and we'll do the same thing. Let's just spam breed pigs. I don't know how many it's going to take. Gonna make babies for me. And you, and you, and you. I don't know why there's a difference between my bottled pigs. I just hope I haven't inadvertently bottled a baby pig. That'd stink. So I should still have in here, yep, I've still got my dozen carrots in there, so I believe I should now be good to go. The only thing is, I'm going to want to take a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Hopefully I have some spare junglewood logs. And then I want to take a couple of pieces of sugarcane as well. Just to kind of round everything out. So we'll chuck you in there. Seeds can go away. Carrots can go away. We do not need 5 eggs. Do want the cocoa beans, cactus. Sugarcane's already in there, isn't it? Gonna want that. No. Going to want that. I think I got this pretty well sorted. Okay, so that's been about 14 minutes prepping. So that was just starting to annoy me. So I believe now, for lack of anything else to do, it is time. Now I hope that means it's about to go morning. No, it does not. Okay. Let's do this the other way. and sleep, and I will be back once we have everything all nicely sorted and ready to go at the new location. So, see you guys soon. Okay guys, I'm back. Pretty much everyone knows that any major settlement that starts is going to start in close proximity to some kind of decent water source. So what I've done just here is I have gone, where could I start? This looks like a good spot. This is right on the river. And now I'm just quickly clearing some things up, and from this point forward I'm going to be following the rules of the City Construction Challenge. So they're going to be posted in the description. I can use any of my Ars Magica spells, because look at me, I am a wizard. This mage hood counts as armor, so I can go mining and I can go underground. But what I'm going to do first, I'm going to start with what every good Minecraft adventure starts with. I'm going to start with chopping wood. Now, until I fulfill all the requirements of this first stage, I'm not going to be able to get to the next stage, which is stone. But we will see how we go. Part of the reason why I made this lumber axe is because I just absolutely hate mining trees to get started with a wooden axe. It's painful, it's silly. Now, I've tweaked the rules very slightly, and the way that is the normal rules say that you can't use anything in the first tier that is made out of stone. You can mine stone, but you basically can't use it for anything. So I think that's a bit silly. So my rule is you can't make any tools out of stone, which kind of limits what I can actually do. And it's going to change, I guess, a little bit of how things go. But how are we going with this bag? The bag is absolutely chockers full, isn't it? But anyway, we will place the crafting table down and see how things go. So I've got 27 of that already, which is a pretty good start. So let's throw a bunch of this stuff in, kind of get it out of the way. I am going to need to rather soon build myself a dwelling. So I'm going to just throw a few more things in there, get my wood out. How are we going for saplings? Let's replant these. So I just have this feeling like I'm going to need more of pretty much everything. And I really don't know how long this first stage is going to take me. I think I need something like 64 logs and a bit of a decent wheat field. But I think I mentioned last time, I'm going to try and stick to something that's, I guess, roughly historically accurate for 13th century England. In terms of, it's going to be a bit of a peasant type house. It's not going to be anything even remotely fancy. In fact, it's going to be the opposite of fancy. It's going to be very utilitarian. But again, we're going to go for as historically accurate as I can be bothered to do, and we'll see how things work. So anyway, the first thing I'm going to need to do is build a little bit of a layout for the house. So now I want it to be fairly close to the water, because obviously running water is going to be important. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go build a log there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gap, and then there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's not what we want, is it? We want... Oh my goodness, I need a faster axe. So we want it to be kind of squarish like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then here. So it's going to be a very, very simple dwelling. And we want to go 1 too high, 1 2 more high, 1 too high, 1 too high. I think I'm going to need a lot more logs to make this work. And now we're going to need some other materials. So where's my 3 dirt? I have a bit of a plan for this. I'm not sure if it's going to work. Hopefully it's going to look alright. But I'm going to have like a bit of a support beam that kind of runs across the top that looks like it's holding the roof up. That's going to be the aim of it. So I'm hoping that's going to kind of work for me. Hoping. But like I said, I'm going to need a lot more logs. Because I guess you would say a fairly typical building of this era was wood or daub, I think it is, or any other kind of easily obtainable material. They weren't designed to last, so they weren't made out of stone or mortared brick or anything like that. They were pretty simple, and they typically had 2 rooms, a grass or sometimes a straw floor. So there wasn't a lot to them. They weren't very complicated, and they were typically set up so there was one room that was a bit of a living area, and another room that was kind of a sleeping kitchen. Sorry, there was like a kitchen living area, and then a kind of a sleeping area, and they would typically be adjacent to a bit of a farm. And I'm going to do the farm to about a 10th scale, so I'm going to go for 2 blocks wide and 22 blocks long, which is not exactly a 10th scale, but it's not super far off either, and we'll kind of see how things work from there. Now I do have my wooden bucket to cart water around, so that should help out. But yeah, once again, we will just kind of play it by ear and see how things go, and we'll see how it ends up looking in the end. Again, we're not going for fancy roofs or anything like that, because they didn't have them. I'm going to save that for when I get to what is effectively the next stage of things, when we had better tools and we had more control over what we were building. So what we have there is effectively 3 U-shaped frames, and basically that tree trunk with the tree trunk across is what acts as the support basically for the rest of the house. So now that we have it set up in this manner, we're going to go for a simple kind of wooden plank structure with a door at the front. We're going to hopefully have enough wood to be able to actually finish this thing, although I'm getting less confident by the second that I'm going to be able to finish this. In fact, I really hope this doesn't. I hope this breaks. It would seem that I'm going to do bad things now. Hopefully if I hold down shift this will not break it. I'll be honest, that wasn't brilliant in terms of the plan. So the idea here is that the bedroom type setup is a little bit distinct and separate from everything else, and there's a simple kind of kitchen area try and light things up a bit. Not sure that I'm entirely comfortable with that cow being there. Then we'll run a little bit of internal lighting around about the middle of each bit. Clearly having a roof on a house is the best way to do it, but you will often have to do what you can. So yeah, this isn't... oh no, it broke things that were attached. Obviously breaking things that was attached was not the plan. I think we're going to go for a dirt door for now. That looks to be a very unfriendly zombie man. I thought for a second that it was about to start raining on me too. So for these types of houses, furniture was pretty unusual. So, don't expect there to be a well-furnished apartment study here. What we're going to go for here is a very, very simple hearth type fireplace. But once again, I'm kind of running a little bit low in the wood department to be able to get anything. I don't know. Ah, there we go, birch. So maybe this could work. We're going to go for a bit of a lighter colour roof. Just to see how that works. That's the opening above it. Excellent. Going to have to... I mean, this is a very non-typical building process. Whoa. Did he just take 12 damage? Is that what it said? He did indeed. That's cool. In fact, I think that's going to look much better if we go for... Ow, 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 ow. If we go for something more like this. So not cool. So I fill in some of the gaps, it'll make it harder for him to hit me. So yes, what I need to do now is go something in the vicinity of this. Because I want to make it look like it's a bit of a stepped, raised, you bum, in the backside. Where are you? Come on, come here. Wow. How come this thing does so much damage? Whatever it is, who cares? So what we kind of have now is it looks like a bit of a chimney sort of roof, so that all the fire and heat and everything that's going to come off the stove that's just here is going to kind of funnel up and out through there. This is really noisy and really annoying. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna as best I can, try and roof this off. And I'm going to have to wait till morning to try and get some more birch and some more oak planks. So I will see you when the sun comes up. Back soon. Okay guys, I'm back, and once again it is raining. This game has decided it wants to hate me, and there's nothing I can do about it. On the upside, I have sheared some sheep and collected a bunch of wool. So I'm going to make what I think is a useful thing. Hoping that 20 more blocks of birch is good. So you can see there's a little bit of a birch kind of chimney on the roof of the house, which I think is cool. Now, typically in a place like this, the bed would kind of be actually on the ground. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stick the bed in the corner here and kind of in the ground a little bit, so that hopefully it looks like it's an actual bed. And this is a common thing too, having rain coming in through the roof of a place like this. You know, it wasn't unusual to be rained on. And clearly they didn't have zombies and mobs like that, because they were, well, I guess they kind of had like, I guess it was, rather than windows, because glass was reasonably expensive, they would have something like shades or something like that. So I'm wondering if we have anything that's sort of similar, that's made out of wood, that I can use. I kind of want like a wooden bar. Carpenter's pressure plate, a ladder, prism. Carpenter's barrier sounds good. So it's 2 blocks and 2 sticks. How do I make the blocks? Plank surrounded by sticks. Let's see if I can do this and see how it works. So we've got a plank surrounded by sticks. Let's see how these barriers go. Almost looks like a fence, but it could actually be slightly better than that. So let's, I guess it's a little bit expensive when you haven't got a lot of wood, but we'll see how we go anyway and see what we end up with. So gonna need more sticks as always. I don't know how this is gonna look. Hopefully it ends up looking alright though. You can still see out pretty easily, but it does seem to definitely have blocked things. Seems to have blocked things off quite well. Oh, and a bit of a thing in the chimney there to stop it. Now that is not a bad look. Clearly it's not, you know, a modern style, but I think it's substantially better than what we might have otherwise had. Now the next thing I want to do is put a bit of an internal partition in here. No, I don't like that being blocked like that. But this one I definitely want a gate this time, because it's just internal to the house, so it doesn't need to be that flashy and that brilliant. Because doors were pretty uncommon. I would have actually put gates in here if I had a thought about it. And you might say, well, why would you do that? Well, because this little area here is going to extend off to make a third room, and it's going to have the animals. And you kind of want just gates to fence things off. It's a very communal style living in the way these places were done. So, you know, it's meant to be as simple as you can get it to be. Nothing fancy, nothing flash, nothing more complicated than it needs to be. So, hopefully, you guys kind of like what you're seeing here. I'm I'm not sold that this is the best thing yet ever, but I'm definitely thinking this is going to be a lot of fun. I've got, for the next episode, I'm going to set up my first farm, a little bit of vegetable farm out the back, and that's going to help me, growing vegetables. And then I'm going to set off hoeing, probably a little vegetable farm here, and then probably behind that, no, that's trees. Probably this area over here, I'm going to set up making a bit of a strip that probably runs out to about here. That's going to be a bit of a farm, so we'll see how that goes. It could work really well, it might not work quite so well, but let's have a look what I need to achieve anyway for this challenge. That's really starting to annoy me, that rain. So I need to get a dwelling to live in. I need 1 stack of 64 planks, at least 5 items of edible food. I'm going to go for food that I made, not food that I brought, so it's going to take a little while to get to that point. A dwelling that has to have a front door, a living area, a bedroom that is separate from the other room, and a fenced off, like I said, or otherwise protected wheat farm with enough wheat to kind of keep sustaining yourself. So I've got the bedroom, I have the living area, sure, a furnace. Hey, I toggled you. That's better. It's probably because I just had the game paused. What I might do just quickly, hold on, much better. I'm just going to get the 8 stone that I need. I'm going to build the furnace and kind of show you how I intend it to look. And again, this is just going to be the tiniest little bit of stone, just to have the furnace looking the way that the furnace should. Now my rule and my setup is going to be that I'm not going to grind, because with the Tinkerer's construct you can just place the wheat in a crafting table and it makes bread that way. I'm not going to do that until such time as this is simulating like a log fire. Yeah, I'm not going to do that until such time as I have a mill that I can actually use to grind the flour. That's going to be how I do it. And I'm also going to set it up so that this is only for cooking food, because obviously it's in my kitchen. I wonder if there's an oven that doesn't require iron. No, it doesn't look like that. I was kind of hoping there'd be a really simple like oven block, but that's only going to be for cooking food. So we'll have to have a bit of a look at things and see how it goes, but I definitely feel like it's going to work for me, and this is going to be pretty cool. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to seeing the next episode with whatever comes out of the next episode. There's a little kitchen prep area. In fact, I think this will work, won't it? Yeah, there we go, a little kitchen bench prep area, a little area for cooking food. Let's turn that around so we're facing this way. Yeah, there we go. We have our little kitchen area, little area for sort of sitting around and eating. Nothing too flash. Actually, I need 4 woolen carpets, so I'm going to throw 2 carpets down as a kind of area where you can sit. The reason I need the 4 wooden carpets is because you can make a sleeping bag, and I want to do that, so I've got a way of kind of sleeping while I'm out roaming around. But I've gone way over time, so I hope you guys enjoy where this is going. Let's just end it with a bit of a view from the hilltop of how things are coming. So yeah, it's not that much, but it is definitely a survivable dwelling. Assuming I can get all the farms and everything set up. So thanks so much for watching. Until next time, Astocky out.